check it out now. I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. The mob comes equipped for warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those who wanna profile and pose. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for theyself in his land. We be gunning and keep them shook.
Good day, peeps. So today, I'm gonna do a little update video. What's been going on with the tag, or Bloody Mary, I like to call her. She's been sitting for like a year and a half. I owned her for a year. Bought her on like March of 2015. I was in high school, I think like senior year. Drove her for a year. Previous owner was having struggles with it overheating. He thought, by resurfacing the head or whatnot, it would stop. On the ad it said he had changed the thermostat, water pump, but he didn't say nothing about resurfacing the head. So they resurfaced it, and when they put it back together, it was missing bolts here and there, so it wasn't torqued down right correctly. I didn't find out that it was missing bolts till it was like too late, because it started burning oil and losing compression. The radiator was busted. They changed out the temperature gauge sensor and the temperature sender unit to the ECU. Changed those two out, and then my temperature gauge read fine. Put a new radiator in it and got it working properly. So getting close to a year of owning it, of driving it around, it started burning oil. A lot of it. I think might have been valve seals or piston rings, or maybe even both. It was low on compression because when I first, the first few days of owning it, I did a pull. She pulled hard. And after that, she was just getting slower and slower, and it just went down from there. Decided to buy me a daily, save up, buy me a daily. Bought the Lexus. Man, I'm about to catch you guys up on what I've been, doing and buying and planning. What my plans are for the tag. Yep. There she is. Oh yeah, and there's the motor. Took it out. My roommate got his Mustang running. Basically rebuilt his bottom end, refurbished his heads. Previous owner was I guess running forced induction or nitrous, and he ran too lean to the point where it created hot spots in his piston, and like chunks of the piston will like freaking be missing. It's crazy. So yeah, he got that done. It's right over there. It's been raining. It was raining all day yesterday, so it's muddy right there. That's why my car is so dirty. So the reason why I covered her up, because some Integras have this problem where like right here on the hatch, the tail lights, the gasket deteriorates and doesn't seal right, so it lets water into the hatch. I already changed those gaskets, but I guess, I don't know. I guess I gotta find out where the water is coming from, because it's not coming from there anymore. So yeah, just uncover her. Just wake her up. Well, not wake her up because she's not gonna turn on, but just give her a little sun. Give her a little sunlight. There she is. So what I'm gonna do, see like spots of humidity right here, like for example right here. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna take out the ECU because I don't want that getting wet. ECU for the year of 2001 can be a little hard to find because it is an OBD2B, and because of the immobilizer. That is why. So it seems to be a little messy in here. I'll take the ECU out. Don't want it getting wet or anything. So yeah, here's my ECU. So the way to know if you have the correct ECU for your car, go on Google and type in these numbers right here, P72A05. P72, I believe, is for all the GSRs, and A05 is for the year 2000 or I think 2001, and they come with the immobilizer. So yeah, to find out if you have the right ECU for your year, for the right year, make, and model, just Google this ECU. The P28 is for all single cam, I think D16 VTEC, and I think P73R is for the Type R. I don't know, might be wrong. Anyways, yeah, I took out my ECU. I don't want it getting wet or burned out. They can be a little hard to find. You know what? I never looked inside of this. I'm about to open it right now. Let's see what it has in there. So there's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 Phillips. So it's this side up, okay, because of the lettering. So this will be the top. So I'm gonna take these 4 out. I'm trying to see if maybe it has a chip or something. So there she is. I don't see no, sockets or whatever. It doesn't smell burnt. No signs of humidity. So the reason why I opened it is because I just wanted to see, make sure everything was still right. Wasn't wet, burnt, or anything. If it didn't have no ECU sockets or whatever. I mean, no chip sockets. Everything seems to be fine. So now to show you guys what has been going on since the last time, or the first video where you seen her that I turned her on.
Big ass bar can. Something's on.
Yep, the motor is out. And if you haven't watched the first video, the motor I have is a B18C1 GSR, year 2000. Like the whole car. The whole car is a 2000 body. It has vibrant headers. Oh, I don't want them anymore. They have a ding on the bottom. If anybody wants them, just hit me up. They are dirty. But I mean, headers are headers. There's people out there that just want some headers in general. They don't care about the condition. I got some cleaning up to do. I was planning on doing the ABS delete, but for that I need the 1998 through 2001 Integra RS proportioning valve and brake lines. And unfortunately, nobody carries them anymore. They're out of stock. They're really hard to find unless you go to a junkyard and you get lucky and you find one. That's the only way. Another thing that I can do is just find like a different proportioning valve from the Integra RS, and then just do like custom brake lines. Something I will do in the future. I'm still thinking about it, procrastinating. I got new harness for everything. I'll show you here. This package right here, it is my instrument gauge cluster. I ordered it from these guys over in Cali. If you deal with Hondas, or you're building a Honda or Acura, you guys probably know them. They are called hmotorsonline.com or HMO out in Sun Valley. This right here, it's also a little bit hard to find. to show you guys why. This is my first time ordering something from these guys right here. Let's see what's up. Damn, son. So this right here is the gauge cluster. It's just a little dusty from the inside. Let's see. Now the reason why I need this one specifically, I'm gonna show you over here. If you look right here in your bottom left corner, right there, that little key icon, maintenance required and cruise control, only comes in the 2000 or 2001, and that's why I need this one specifically. So if you have a 2000 or 2001 Integra and you swap the gauge cluster from like previous year model, your fuel level doesn't read, and that's what was happening to mine. I have a 95 gauge cluster in my Integra currently, and it's not reading gas. It used to, but not no more. After I swap it in for a 95, I thought it would work, but it did not work, obviously. So then after that, I was trying to find a 2000 or 2001, and I couldn't find it. They were all automatics. This works right here. Let me show you guys the old one. So this right here is the old one. It looks exactly the same, but it doesn't have the little key icon or the little cruise control icon. So the little key icon is supposed to blink because of the immobilizer, and what happens on this one, that little maintenance required light stays on, so that'll kill your battery. So what I did, I took the bulb out, and my fuel level does not read. It always stays right there, and this thing right here doesn't work right. See, it doesn't reset right. It's just stupid. So that's why I got a new one. And we got a little problem right here. This is what I was talking about. I'll put some rags right there to try to soak up all the water meanwhile. But yeah, this car was previously in an accident by some previous owners. And yeah, this salvage title. So it's bent right here, it's not straight. So even though I replaced the little rubber gaskets right here, they go right here between the tail light and the frame, it still leaks sometimes. So yeah, I gotta try that out, or else it gets rusty. So my future plans for back here is I'm gonna buy some dry ice and take out all of that sound deadening off. I'm gonna we'll clean everything up, sand it, and respray it red, and remove all the little unnecessary wire shit going on back here. So overall, I mean, this looks like, you know, a good product. It looks clean. It looks, you know, well taken care of. Probably gotta take this plastic off and clean it from the inside because it's dusty inside. But other than that, I mean, of course I won't know if it works till I actually put it on. It's just missing a bulb right here, which is no big deal. And if anything, I mean, I have a bunch of bulbs on the other one. I can just swap that one out and put it right here. And I'm planning to do the LED red light swap, like the Type R. Normally these all gauge clusters that I found online go from like 100 to the most expensive one, you won't believe this, 400, and that's the Type R 2000 or 2001. And I'm telling you, 2000 or 2001 products for the Integra is hard to find, and if you find it, it can be expensive. This right here was $49.99 plus shipping from, you know, the west coast to the east coast over here in North Carolina. It was like $20, so in total it was a total of like $79.99 or something like that. Yeah, follow them on Instagram, H Motors Online. I'll put the link to their website, to their Instagram. This is my first product, you know, buying this from them. They sell a lot of JDM shit, you know, motor swaps, straight from Japan, USDM, JDM, even European domestic. Their website is a little bit outdated. My best guess is always check in on you know, social media like Snapchat or their Instagram. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys here what I got. I know some of you are like, what the fuck? Just a bunch of wires and shit. But I mean, I'm about to explain why. This is my engine harness. Now the reason why I went with the OEM engine harness is because if you go with the, you know, tucked harness, one, it is not compatible with the, you know, OBD2 scanner that they have in inspection stations or whatever. It tells you before you buy it on the description. my injectors, the ones that plug to the wall, firewall, whatever, bunch of other shit, can't name it top of my head, alternator, other shit, ground. So yeah, you can see this one is pretty clean, not even like a trace of any grease or whatever. For it to be a used harness, it's in great shape. Look at that, great condition, like no oil whatsoever, just, you know, nothing crazy. Like, I mean, this is expected, you know, from a used engine harness. So this I bought from IntegraPartsWarehouse.com off of eBay. I'll provide the link for them. They also provide a lot of you know, Integra parts, but mainly 2000 or 2001. Pretty glad I came across these guys. This engine harness was, I think, 220 or 260. I can't remember quite specifically, but I mean, it was well worth it compared to like the, you know, 500, 600, even like $900 harnesses that you can buy aftermarket. This is from a 2001 GSR, which is still compatible with the 2000 spec GSR. The driver's side and engine bay harness. The reason why I bought this is because, as you can see, my engine bay was a mess. It's all, you know, gunked up and chopped wires here and there. This one I bought also from them, from Integra Parts Warehouse. It's also pretty clean. This right here was, I believe, $90 for my turn signals and headlight harness. They did some haggard ass shit. See? What the fuck is this? Like, what in the world? Look at that. It's bullshit, man. Why do people do this shit? For the passenger side, I couldn't find the headlight harness alone. It came with, like, for that whole headlight, for that whole harness, you can't just get the headlight part alone, because it comes connected or taped or seamed or whatever you could say with this one other harness that goes to inside the car. So what I did instead, I went to the junkyard, found an Integra, I think it was like a 98. So what I did is I ripped it, you know, I separated the harnesses and I ripped the headlight part out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna solder, you know, this harness, my old harness that was like $25 at the scrapyard. This right here is the harness for my gauge cluster. It's pretty intact, no spliced or split wires anywhere. Look at that. My biggest thing or concern when, you know, I was buying all the wiring and whatnot was that it didn't have spliced wires, that the connectors, you know, didn't look deteriorated or cracked, that they still look like they could work. So I mean, I could say I got my money's worth, you know, while buying these harnesses. Oh, this right here is for my license plate bulbs. I'll show you why. Hey, look at this shit. What the fuck? It's like they just taped the wires to the little bulbs and shit. I got new caps for the bulbs. New weathering gaskets. This is like a little grommet to block off the cruise control plug. There's a little part number. Yeah, that goes in the little hole right here. Right there. That's where my cruise control was at. Took it off. Currently, my next big step is to get headlights, side markers, or turn signal lights. Then buy bulbs for the headlights, the turn signals, my license tag. You know, I'm gonna just do LED everything, even headlights, interior, map lights, dome lights. After that, I'm gonna be done with all my wiring and headlights and whatnot. I'm gonna move on to the braking system. I'm gonna get new rotors on the back. I'm gonna do extended wheel studs, all new 4 bearings all around, wheel bearings. I'm gonna get new rear coilovers. So I got new ones for the front. I never got around to getting new ones for the rear. So that's my next plan for the suspension. I also need new control arm bushings. This one has the Skunk 2 control arm bushings. You can see right there. It has the ASR sway bar along with the ASR subframe brace. You really can't see. I'm gonna get new I'm gonna need new bushings for this too, or maybe even new camber arm. The trailing arm bushing, I'm gonna get spherical. For the front, I need new axles. For the braking system, I'm gonna upgrade to Wheelwood brake kit. It's basically a plug and play, but instead of 2 pistons or 1 piston, whatever this is, it would come with like 4 pistons, which I'm gonna need stopping power, a lot of it. Discs, brakes. Again, I said wheel bearings. Then after I'm done with my suspension and braking, I'm gonna go with the exhaust. Now I'm currently running the Apexi N1 exhaust. It sounds nice, but I mean, I want something more muffled, a little bit more quiet now. So my plan is to get the Apexi WS2 or the World Sport 2. And after I'm done with the braking, I'll move on to the exhaust, like I said. After the exhaust would come the fun part, which is the engine swap. That I'm still not revealing. So I mean, you guys are probably like, what the fuck, why did you do this? Like, why did you like go out there and get everything OEM? So yeah, I mean, the reason why I went everything OEM was because simply, my plan for this car is to do autocross with it. The bushings are worn out, still handles great. The Skunk 2s, I mean, they're very stiff, but they get the work done. So it's gonna be a street track car, Yeah, I mean, people always knock on Hondas, People always say like, oh, Honda guys, they just ain't shit, this and that. I'm not like that. I don't want to be like that. I just want to do everything right. Since I was a kid, everybody starts at that stage. Everybody wants a Honda. Everybody wants to build a Honda. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can't forget where you came from. This is, what started it all for me. I just want to do things right, the right way. I'm taking my time. Once again, doing my research and all that. That's why I decided to do all of this. I just wasn't gonna go out there and get a random harness from the junkyard, from like a 95 or like whatever. I'm pretty excited, to bring you guys along with me on the road of building this car. Next week or within a few days, I'm gonna order my headlights, and then like I said, headlights and then bulbs, and then all the braking system, wheel bearings, and then suspension and exhaust work. And then from there would come the exciting part. So yeah, I mean, within I gather all my parts, I'll be updating you guys. We got something top secret over with the doula. It should be pretty fun. Within like a few days, I know this wasn't much of an exciting video or whatever. It was just a quick little recap for anybody wondering what I'm up to, why I don't really record videos of me. Because I mean, I'm just working and gathering my money and gathering my parts. I don't just record and take pictures. It was a pleasure showing you guys, talking to you guys about what I have in mind for this. I'll catch you guys with the next episode with Abdullah. Remember, we got something top secret coming through for Sakura. That'll be it, guys. Peace.